Yeah, before I even show y'all the video clip, right? It says young black Americans ages 15 to 34 experience the highest rates of gun homicides across all demographics. But every time I try to tell black folks that black people are leading, of the black people, black men from the ages of 0 to 30 years old, their number one cause of death is homicide. Every time I tell people that, they look at me like I'm crazy. They look at me like I'm bugged out. They look at me like my mind is tweaking. Like they look at me like I got six heads. Like, and it's like, why can't we acknowledge that we have become, some of us are very cancerous to our own communities? Why is it so hard for people to acknowledge that we be fucking up? But anyway, let me just play this video real quick for y'all. I know a lot of people probably not gonna come through because they don't really like this. They don't like the accountability, and it's probably late. But let me play this video for y'all real quick. From Charleston.
Every black person have had some type of oppressed, killing, murder, been bullied by the Crips or the Bloods. I'm telling you that as a black person. Tookie used to take the youth workers' snack lunches and smash the apples on their head. They started out bullying the community. They never stopped. They never stopped. So there's been nothing good in 50 years. They don't have a foundation, no laundry mats. They don't have nothing but death and destruction. If you go in their neighborhoods, you gotta submit to them. You can't just be normal. You can't be a square kid. You got to be what they are. You can't play the violin. You can't play tennis. Why you think out of every game, everybody got to be a shooter or a killer? They don't raise bank executives. They don't raise psychiatrists and psychologists. They have done more destruction in 50 years than slavery did to us.
Now, I might not fully agree with the whole slavery thing, but think about this. If you are a slave, I'm making money off of you, right? I make money off you. So for me to kill you, it's dumb. I'm losing my property. So a lot of times killing was like a last resort, or to kind of like instill fear in others not to do whatever this person did, right? When it comes to gang culture, it's totally different. My op, the other person repping the other gang, is the opposition. So it's no benefit in me keeping him around. I gotta exterminate him, which means it's probably gonna lead me to more killings, right? And again, I'm not making the argument for slavery. The argument that I'm really making is, gangs is definitely a cancerous thing in our communities today. And look, you still got a lot of dudes who don't denounce it. Even if you're not in the streets, even if you're not a soldier, even if you're not out there committing these atrocities, you got dudes who are gangbanging, who are in their 30s, who are in their 40s, who are in their 50s, who don't even denounce that shit. You got dudes who are in that age bracket who won't even talk against it publicly. They won't even come out and talk against it publicly. So what are you doing? But your silence, nobody cares about what you're teaching on the cut. Nobody cares about what you're saying behind closed doors, because nobody really sees that. Nobody's really doing that. So, but if you want to think about it, like he said, Charleston White said a lot of good things, and I'm going to play the video again for y'all. Make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate. He said a lot of good things. He said when you go into these communities, the gangs force you to submit to them. Things maybe have slowed down and changed, but you even to this day, you see these older people complaining about the young boys that are in gangs. They don't got to be blood or crip, but they are in gangs, right? They are in gangs, and the people in the community do not feel safe. They're not protecting the community. See, people love running with this narrative of, oh, we was protecting the community. We was protecting the community. It don't matter how many times I post what Tookie Williams said in his book about we did not come about for protecting on some revolutionary shit. We just wanted to be safe from other gangs and bang on other gangs. It don't matter how many times I tell y'all how remorseful Tookie Williams was because he created a legacy of genocide. It don't matter how many times I tell y'all the brother dropped his flag at 41 years old. It don't matter how many times I tell y'all about go get his book and read it and read about Black redemption. It don't matter how many times I give y'all game. It don't matter how many times we sit here and add up the years of gangbanging. Y'all still want to be highlighting that, oh, we used to protect. Well, show me receipts of when gangs was looking out for the people in the community. That's what we should probably be doing. That's probably what we should be doing. Make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate, because this is something very, very important. Show me receipts of when gangs was employing people in the community. And I'm not even talking about narcotic sales. Show me when they built storefronts. Show me when they built laundromats, like the brother said. Show me when they created employment opportunities for the regular people who did not want to gangbang and wanted to be law-abiding citizens. Show me. We got receipts about the Panther Party doing shit, right? We got receipts about other organizations doing stuff in the community, right? We got receipts about them creating breakfast programs. We got receipts about them policing the police. We got receipts about the Panthers helping single moms out with bills or with food or with certain things, free clinics. We got receipts about other organizations. So while we don't have receipts about these gangs, right, that started for protecting the community, where's the receipts? Where's the receipts? You know, I looked up some information, right? Between, and again, this is just hypothetical information, estimates. Between 1865, which was emancipation, right? Like I said, this just proves my point, right? Between 1865 and 1968, there was reportedly 6,500 lynchings. That's 6,500 lynchings, right? That's just what's reported. That's just an alleged number. We don't know. It could be more, it could be less, but we just gonna go with the number. 6,500 lynchings between 1865 to 1968. That's almost 100 years. How many people you think died due to gang violence just in the 90s alone? How many? You can go look up the numbers, man. 6,500 people died from being lynched from 1865 to 1968 in a span of 100 years. How many people do you think have lost their lives behind gangbanging just in the last 50 years? Just in the last 50 years. Y'all don't even want to do the math because y'all still going to blame the white man in some type of way. Y'all still going to say, oh, but you know, they started to protect the community. Show me the receipts. Show me how gangs have improved the Black community. Show me. Besides causing destruction and death. Show me. Show me how many doctors they produce, how many lawyers, how many carpenters. Show me. Let me play the video again for y'all. Make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate. This is not talked about enough. Because we hate accountability. We hate to be accountable. Let me play the video one more time.
Every Black person have had some type of oppressed, killing, murder, been bullied by the Crips or the Bloods. I'm telling you that as a Black person. Tookie used to take the youth workers' snack lunches and smash the apples on their head. They started out bullying the community. They never stopped. They never stopped. So there's been nothing good in 50 years. They don't have a foundation, no laundry mats. They don't have nothing but death and destruction. If you go in their neighborhoods, you got to submit to them. You can't just be normal. You can't be a square kid. You got to be what they are. You can't play the violin. You can't play tennis. Why you think out of every game, everybody got to be a shooter or a killer? They don't raise bank executives. They don't raise psychiatrists and psychologists. They have done more destruction in 50 years than slavery did to us.
When I first moved into the projects I moved into was run by Bloods, right? And I was a regular kid, not looking for no problems, not looking for any trouble. And them dudes stepped to me, trying to jump me, trying to fight me for no reason. On some real shit, I didn't do nothing. just trying to jump me for no reason. And that's the shit he talking about. When you move into these people's communities, they try to force you to submit to them. This is why a lot of dudes end up turning gang for the neighborhood that they live in. Because a lot of dudes don't really want to go against them. So they be like, fuck it, I'm going to just rep the block. It's the block. It's the hood. I'm going to just do it for the hood. But it really, low key, is you being coerced to submit to the gang. Whoever controls your block. Otherwise, you got problems. Y'all seen the memes and the videos. Dudes don't want to go see a shorty because she live in that project and they be 100 dudes in front of the building. Let's be real. Store owners. Listen, I'm telling you this shit from experience. When I used to be out there in the streets, store owners used to have to submit to the gang. You know, it's a little different now. It's watered down. A lot of these dudes ain't pushing shit how they supposed to be pushing. I'm not glorifying that shit anyway. But even store owners, every time a new store owner came to our block or the neighborhood we control, he got the rundown. He got the rundown like, yo, this Crip block, you know, and you know, you're gonna look out for the Crips, and the Crips gonna look out for the store, and the one here gonna watch the other, and we good. Nobody gonna steal from the store, nobody gonna do certain shit, but you gonna look out for the people who sometimes need some eggs, sometimes need some whatever they need from the store. Sometimes that shit is cigarettes, sometimes that shit is a beer, right? And the dudes kind of like agree to it, not on some because they really wanted to, but because the gangs are enforcing their submission. They're not enforced. Yeah, they're enforcing them to submit. That's what's going on. So I ask y'all all the time. So this is why you're afraid to submit. I mean, why you're afraid to sub. So my whole thing is this, man. So I be trying to say, so look, a lot of the money that got generated by gangs is usually to buy guns, to buy more drugs, to supply the community, right? Which is all of these, listen to all the things that the money goes to. The money goes to bailing criminals out. So motherfuckers that shooting up the block, you know, drive-bys, doing all the crazy shit. The money is used to bail them out, to bring them back into the streets. The money is used to get more guns, right? To supply these local terrorists, because that's what they are, because they're not defending the community, they're not protecting us, they're not helping us out. They're terrorists, right? Domestic terrorists. The money is used to get more guns, to supply more domestic terrorism in our own communities, right? To kill more black and brown people. Not no police or people that's harming us, or the white man or the other people, right? To kill us, right? The money is also used to get more drugs, to generate more money, right? Because we got to keep the money flowing, to generate more money. And yeah, that's basically it, right? Bail people out. Some of this, don't get me wrong, some of these gangs even they help out, because I got testimonies from people, even out west, that some gang members, they did used to look out for certain family members of members who were locked up, but that's usually high-ranking members. Everybody don't get that treatment. If you was a high-ranking member, and you know what I'm saying, you had status or whatever, they might go drop off some groceries to your family while you were serving the bid. They might set it out, put some commissary in your books. In other cities, they're a little more organized. I'm in New York. We don't got no organization. For the most part, you get locked up, you're forgotten. That's in a lot of places. That's just not New York. But this is what the money was used for. It was used for mainly get more drugs, generate more money, supply more guns to these terrorists, and try to bail some dudes out, etc. And here and there, maybe look out, get vehicles, and everything is about the growth of the organization. So when people say this started for something positive, when people say, give me some receipts, make sure y'all like the video so it can circulate. I'm just saying, look, I hear the bullshit y'all saying, but I want some receipts. Don't tell me about what individuals have done. Don't tell me about what a Nipsey Hussle. Don't tell me about I don't even know any other names, right? Don't tell me about individuals within gangs that have done good things for their community. Tell me about as a whole. As a whole, what have gangs done for the black community's improvement in the last 50 years? Tell me. Because I only see a legacy of genocide. And I'm going to keep talking about this. And I think more brothers need to come out. You know how many brothers I talk to who know this shit ain't right? And they still sit up there and want to be like, yeah, I'm blood, I'm Crip, I'm this, I'm that, I got status, still recruiting people. Talking about, nah, I'm gonna guide them the right way. Nah, homie, you setting them up. They don't need you. They don't need to be in your gang to get guidance. When I came home and I was working in an organization, they tried to tell me that. It was like, nah, homie, you could still be Crip. You know what I'm saying? They need to see positive Crip role models. I said, no, the fuck they don't. They don't need to see a positive gang member, because the gang overall as a whole is a fucking cancer to our communities. That's like saying, oh, the community, the body needs to see positive cancer. We know cancer is negative to the body. We know cancer doesn't do the body right. So why would I sit here and say the body needs positive cancer? That don't even make sense. Positive cancer? That don't make no fucking sense. No, the body needs to be free of cancer. The same way our communities need to be free of these terrorists. And that's real shit. I used to be one of those people. I didn't know no better. I was impressionable. I was young. But the moment I woke up, the moment I got educated, I'm sitting here telling people, man, you setting yourself up. And the older people that's around my age, I'm 31, and the people that's around my age and don't do this and don't talk out against certain things. And I know a lot of people are afraid, and a lot of people, they just don't want to get into the politics. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to people, you know, they don't want to put their voice out there. I get it. This job ain't for everybody, but I'm gonna do it because I lived it. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them young boys that was misguided, that was misused, that was probably looking for a role model, and dudes led me down the wrong path. And I'm not just gonna put the blame. You know, part of me wanted to do that too, but it was also circumstantial. Like I told y'all, when I moved into the projects, it was a blood hood, and dudes was bugging. And then I didn't fold because I always been a lone wolf. I never been one of those dudes who folded, right? So what I did was I joined the rival gang, and that's what happened.